Glory going to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash, the abundance of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you occupants out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity. Alright, by ways of going out on the highways and byways, teaching and preaching. Shalom to you, very few sisters out there listening and learning. It's your brother Nayop, and I'm back with another news update. I'm just going to get right into it. Some of the videos wasn't able to download. I got a couple that I may want to screen record. Alright, but without further ado, let's just get into this.
Shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that position?
I see these people.
Do you understand the systematic and historical reason for why they're in that position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's good people.
No.
Most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all they
They have been oppressed. They have not been given the same opportunities you have had.
They do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they don't, Dad.
There's plenty of
And you not recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot harder for them to get to that
It
position.
doesn't matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And
You're calling people of color black animals. You're calling them animals. Are you kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not okay. No matter what, that's not okay. No matter what, it's not okay. Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
Oh, that's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at. Now I'm looking at statistics right now.
Your statistics can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
Why are
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do it.
Statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play.
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters? Peaceful protesters.
Listen to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not, though.
Yes, I am.
One-sided in form.
Yes.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means I am educated on it and you are not.
I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay.
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at
destruction.
statistics that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black. If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9. But it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There's more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher.
The reaction of the person. I'm not saying
Because
it's.
they're
I'm not
tired.
saying it's
They're tired
right.
of being treated
I'm
that
not
way.
saying it's right.
Good.
But if they started teaching them that this is the world that we live in, you don't want to be killed. Why do you think your friend's father taught him that?
So that his black son doesn't end up dead like Tamir Rice.
Because he doesn't want him to grow up with a chip on his shoulder that
He doesn't want his black son to end up dead.
Exactly.
That's not okay. Why do you think that's okay?
Because
Why is it something that you're okay with? Why is that a reality that you're okay with?
I'm okay with it.
But you are.
No, I'm not.
So stand against it. So stand against it. If you're not okay with it, so stand against
when I'll
it.
stand against it? When the black people in the ghetto stop carrying an illegal weapon. When the black people in the ghetto stop murdering each other.
I'll start caring about cops when they stop killing black people.
I'll start caring about black people when they stop killing cops.
Crazy.
Researchers created accounts for 3 13-year-olds. They asked for information on self-harm, on suicide, on eating disorders, and on substance abuse. The results were shocking. In a matter of minutes, GBT generated a host of dangerous responses for the teens, a how-to list of self-harm, like advice on just how to cut yourself, pills on which to overdose, a plan to commit suicide, and even some sample suicide notes to leave your loved ones, plus instructions on how to hide being drunk at school. So OpenAI reviewed your report and said it would refine how the chatbot responds in sensitive situations. OpenAI says most conversations start out benign before veering into, quote, sensitive territory. Is that how you would describe it?
This is clear evidence of a complete failure of their safeguards, if they ever bothered to put them into place in the first instance. Now, if this was happening in a factory floor where they were producing, candy, and someone said, this candy has razor blades in it, or if this candy has just poisoned a kid, you would immediately push the stop button. You'd go, everyone stop what you're doing. We need to work out what the heck is going on before we can carry on. And that's what a responsible company would do, would be a recall. If it was an automobile company, it would be a recall. If it was an aviation company, all the planes would be grounded. In this instance, what they are saying is, oops, and that's not good enough when it comes to the safety of our children.
I'm 42 years old. I'm a single mother, and a lot of people write to me on here in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want. However, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women, I'm done trying. I don't want to try anymore.
She's not just looking for a man. Oh no, she wants a healed, handsome, high-earning, emotionally intelligent alpha male with no kids, no issues, perfect communication, and who's also okay raising hers. Basically, Jesus with a gym membership. And when people tell her her standards are too high, she says, no, I just know my worth. Ma'am, your worth is competing with 25-year-old.
I'm 42 years old. I'm a single mother, and a lot of people write to me on here in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want. However, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women, I'm done trying. I don't want to try anymore.
She's not just looking for a man. Oh no, she wants a healed...
This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home. They believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. This is the...
Have you heard about what's going on in Idaho in the northwestern United States? Because a lot more people should be talking about this right now. Over the course of the last month now, I've noticed locals from all over the northwestern United States showing huge cracks appearing in the ground. Now these cracks, and you can find many videos of them, especially with farmers that have been tracking a lot of them and how long they stretch, almost every single time stretch for miles, and I mean literally miles. But the weirdest part is that people for weeks, if not months now, have been hearing loud booms underground, a lot of times specifically next to where these cracks are appearing. And a farmer actually used a device that estimated how deep some of these cracks go. In one area that stretched up to at least 4 football fields long, The cracks went down over 100 feet deep. Not just that, but I noticed that they used a camera to go down into the cracks as well. And when they did, they noticed a lot of different tunnel ways going back and forth inside of the cracks. Some of which they're saying allegedly stretch to different large areas that have cracks in the ground as well. Not just that, but there's a creator that's on TikTok that's been tracking these for a while. And he actually used a camera of his own to go down into these cracks just much deeper. And when he got near the bottom, he discovered that there is a shit ton of mud and water underneath. Now, while the mud might be expected, that is an excessive amount of water. I'm sure everybody's aware by now of what happened with Africa. But regardless, if you live in the northwestern United States and you have any of these cracks that are appearing, please get in touch with me, because I want to put as much information as I possibly can out there, because let's be honest, this is kind of serious. Have you heard?
So the Speedway Slammer, that is what the Department of Homeland Security is dubbing its latest immigration detention center that it plans to open up in Indiana. This might sound a little familiar. You'll remember Alligator Alcatraz, which was just opened in southern Florida. And of course, we saw President Trump make a visit there to that detention facility. But this one's going to look a little different. It's going to be within the Miami Correctional Facility, which is already up and built and functioning. It's going to have 1,000 beds, where Alligator Alcatraz has 5,000 beds. I spoke with Trump's border czar about this capacity. Let's listen. Why Indiana for this latest detention center?
Why not?
How quickly could we see it up and running?
I don't have an exact deadline on it.
What are the cost estimates for this detention center in Indiana? Who came up with the name? And also, how much is this going to look like Alligator Alcatraz?
I don't know who came up with the name. I don't know the details. I would like to see bigger facilities that'd be more efficient, holding several thousand people. But 1,000-bed facility is a great help, because we need those 1,000 beds. We need.
I hate these fucking devils, man. I hate these devils, bro. This dude that you see on the screen is a meatball, pale, molded, meatball-looking motherfucker, man. And you know this is Esau Edom, man. Look how he not even white, man. He red. Please, y'all, Bashim Yahweh, kill this motherfucker, man. This motherfucker gotta die, man. These motherfuckers gotta die, bro. They gotta go. They gotta go, bro. I can't wait until the Lord fuck these people up, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. This devil said, I want bigger ones. Let's go back on that, man. Let's see what the fuck this devil does.
I don't know who came up with the name. I don't know the details. I would like to see bigger facilities that'd be more efficient, holding several.
Bigger facilities.
1,000 people, but 1,000.
Holding 70,000 people. Let me look up some on Google. It says, the capacity of the facility is designed to hold up to 5,000. So they saying it's about 5,000, maybe even a little bit more. In already inside Alligator Alcatraz. This nigga saying he want to see 70,000 people in there. Oh my God, bro. This dude is a fucking devil, bro. I need to get this verse right quick, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. This dude is a devil, man. I gotta get it, man. In 2 seconds. Like, these are the type of people, bro, that it's just like sickening, bro. This is Obadiah. I'm going to start at 3. This Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. Okay. It says, verse 4, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and through thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. I'm going to go down to verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. All right. This is verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Okay. It says, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken. These people have to go, man. These people have to go. They have to go, man. They have to go. People already not taking showers in 4 days. They're taking like one shower a week. And it's really not even a shower, bro. I doubt if it's even fucking soap in there, man.
Bed facility is a great help because we need those 1,000 beds. We need them today.
And there's 3 other states that the Department of Homeland...
Demon, man. Demon, man. Demon. Demon. Demon, man. That's going to be one of the titles for this nigga, man. Just straight up demon.
Security is eyeing right now for these immigration detention centers. That is Arizona, Louisiana, and Nebraska.
Nebraska. Ain't that about a bitch.
Mosquitoes in Toronto have tested positive for West Nile virus. Here's what you need to know. What is it? West Nile is a mosquito-borne virus that can cause serious neurological disease.
Matter of fact, man, this shit got me pissed, man. Let me get another scripture right quick. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Though most infected people show no symptoms at all. It spreads when mosquitoes feed on infected birds like robins or crows and then bite humans. Clusters of dead crows can be a warning sign that the virus is nearby. What are the symptoms? Mild symptoms include fever, headache, and body aches, but in rare cases, especially in older adults or people with weaker immune systems, it can lead to brain inflammation, paralysis, or even death. How do you treat it? There is no vaccine or specific treatment, but testing is available through your healthcare provider. To protect yourself, experts recommend that you toss any standing water, wear long sleeves at dusk and dawn, and use insect repellent that contains DEET. Mosquitoes in Toronto have... We have an update now on our breaking news we brought you a few minutes ago. Sky 7 is taking a look at SFO right now. United Airlines says systems are coming back online, but there is a ground stop that remains in place. It's been impacting flights at SFO and other airports across the country. The airline says it was because of a technology issue and confirmed to ABC News that it was not a cyber attack, but they are working on getting things back up and running. Makes me
so livid I could cry. That disgusting human being who happens to be the Mayor of London, who also happens to hold the title of the Police and Crime Commissioner as part of that role, that responsibility, obfuscating, gaslighting, bullying, belittling. These are little girls, underage minors, being raped by gangs in our capital city. You do not play games over this. If this was anybody else in any other position of authority, that clip alone should have seen his head roll. London Mayor, you are a disgrace. You're disgusting. You do not deserve to be in that position, not when the welfare, the well-being, the dignity, the integrity, the safety and the innocence of children in the capital city is at stake. You are the most deplorable, despicable, horrible human being to answer that question like that.
But a nasty person.
Spirit Airlines Flight 2145 to Los Angeles on Thursday stopped and held on the runway after a caller phoned in a bomb threat. Everyone on board removed from the plane and screened on the runway by TSA dogs. But within just a few hours, the FBI said they had their suspect, 23-year-old John Charles Robinson, who allegedly admitted to calling in the threat after arriving too late for the flight and telling the Spirit Airlines rep on the phone there's going to be someone that's going to try to blow up that flight 2145. When Robinson then showed up for the flight that he'd been rebooked on, he was arrested, now charged with use of a cell phone to threaten, maliciously convey a bomb threat, and phoning in false information. In a statement, the U.S. Attorney in Detroit says no American wants to hear the words bomb and airplane in the same sentence. Making this kind of threat undermines our collective sense of security and wastes valuable law enforcement resources.
Vladimir Putin, listen very carefully if you think I'm bluffing. This is your final warning. The war ends now, or you'll face consequences like never before. We've
Je sais pas, on n'a jamais vu un feu pareil, donc on est tous à se poser des questions. Qu'est-ce qui va devenir? Que vont devenir les maisons? Que vont devenir le paysage? Parce que c'est un paysage extraordinaire ici.
Après, moi j'ai pris la voiture pour essayer parce qu'on a les ânes qui sont dans un enclos avec les vignes et du coup j'ai essayé d'aller ouvrir cet enclos pour les libérer. Et malheureusement, je suis arrivé trop tard. Les vignes étaient déjà en feu. Il y a des vignes à peu près de 5 mètres de haut au plein milieu des vignes. Les haies, c'était des torches énormes. Il y a tout qui peut basculer en quelques secondes.
Breaking news, the red heifers have been all disqualified. The red heifers, per the Temple Institute, have been all disqualified. They do not have a kosher red heifer any longer. So no matter what practice runs they have done, what preparations they have put in place, there is now no longer any red heifer that is kosher in Israel. They cannot do the red heifer sacrifice. Numbers 19 will not be completed. So that means that everything that everyone was talking about.
Well, that was for the Israelites. The law, statute, and commandments was given to the Israelites. No one else. Psalms 147 and 19. Psalms 147. All right, verses 19 through 20.
Preparation for all this stuff is not going to happen. And so now, can we get back to the gospel? Amen.
And there is no more sacrifices.
We got to get back to preaching and laboring in the gospel, right? So when it comes to the third temple, it's not being built.
Ain't no more animal sacrifices.
The red heifers are not being sacrificed.
That's how you know these ain't the people, man.
There is now no longer a red heifer to be found that is kosher in Israel. Azariah Ariel made the announcement out of the Temple Institute saying that there are no longer a red heifer, any of them, that qualify for the sacrifice that they needed to do per Numbers 19 and for this third temple that will be built at some time down the road. So now you know the red heifers have been disqualified. Love you.
Dumbass.
This white guy talking about how excited he is that Mississippi is passing laws that would allow him to hunt down undocumented people and get paid. Listen.
It's about to be the damn purge around this bitch. I was all sad and shit because it was the end of damn hunting season, and my state, my amazing state of Mississippi, has proposed a bill that is supposed to be passed tonight that they put $1,000 bounty on every illegal. What? Your boy's about to get paid. Okay, somebody better call Astro for it and let them know I'm coming because I'm upgrading to an F-350. Are you kidding me right now? It is time to suit up, boys. We just thought damn hunting season was over with. We got to get ready. We got shit.
So this is Zach Rushing, a comedian with almost 6 million followers across multiple platforms. Now, what he was talking about was a bill that would give bounty hunters the power to track down undocumented people and get paid for it. But that bill died. So it's not being passed. So this guy and all of his followers really show their true colors when they thought they were going to be allowed to hunt down undocumented people. Because you should...
Travel chaos overnight. There have been hundreds of United Airlines flights that were grounded by what the airline calls a technology issue. The ground stop affected major hubs, including Newark, Chicago, and Denver. United says it resolved the issue, but not quickly enough for travelers whose flights were canceled or delayed.
United says its systems are back.
A bomb threat at a Chicago area hotel forcing Texas Democrats to evacuate.
We were awakened to an alarm going off in the hotel around 7:30 this morning over the loudspeaker saying there's been a bomb threat made on this hotel. Please evacuate immediately.
Representative John Busey is one of dozens of Democratic lawmakers staying there after leaving Texas to stall a Republican plan to redraw congressional districts. Police say 400 people were evacuated from the hotel as they scoured for an explosive device, but none was found. Authorities have not yet reported the source of the threat.
You're not going to believe what just happened. Putin just got off a 75-minute phone call with Donald Trump. And what he said, it is chilling. This wasn't some friendly diplomatic back and forth phone call. This was a warning. After Ukraine's recent drone strike obliterated dozens of Russia's nuclear-capable bombers, Putin made it clear with Trump that retaliation is coming. Trump described it as, quote, a strong message. And no, this isn't heading towards peace anytime soon. In fact, Trump said this call won't lead to immediate peace at all. Think about that. Russia's been humiliated on the world stage, their prized war machines destroyed, and now Putin is backed into a corner. What happens when a man like that feels cornered? Ukraine might have landed a blow, but Putin's already planning something bigger, something more dangerous, and Trump knows it. With Iran in the mix, too, this isn't just about Russia and Ukraine anymore. This is a global powder keg waiting to... You're not going to believe what just happened. Putin just got...
They say this $100 billion commitment to America is a significant acceleration of the U.S. investment they've already announced. They say that part of this investment will go towards what they describe as an American manufacturing program. It's dedicated to bringing even more of Apple's supply chain and advanced manufacturing to the U.S. They say through the program, they'll be incentivizing global companies to manufacture even more critical components in the United States. Guys, all of this attributable to a White House official who also confirms to me that Tim Cook will be in the Oval Office for the announcement later today. Again, that's scheduled for 4:30 p.m., guys. So we know that Tim Cook has been talking consistently with the president this term, as he did in the first term as well, to try to get better relationship and also better treatment for Apple amid tariffs, amid export controls, so many policy issues that impact the company. We also know this president responds very well to investment commitments like this one. So now we see Apple upping its investment commitment by another $100 billion.
All right, so Megan, does that mean
And so OpenAI's ChatGBT is set to hit 700 million weekly active users this week. That is up from 500 million in March, marking more than fourfold year-over-year growth. Now, that figure spans all ChatGPT products from Free and Plus Pro to Enterprise and Team, and it comes as daily user messages, now top 3 billion. Now, business adoption is also surging, with 5 million paying business users, up from 3 million just months ago. And this milestone follows OpenAI securing $8.3 billion from top venture investors as part of its SoftBank-led $40 billion fundraising round. Now, that fresh capital pushes annual recurring revenue to $13 billion. It's tracking to surpass $20 billion by year-end. Now, for comparison, rival Anthropic is reportedly generating around $4 billion in ARR as it seeks.
This is the shit I was talking about. They talking about breast milk flavored ice cream. I really think this is breast milk. This is fucking crazy. There's so many fucking titles for this video. I don't know.
There's a report that says Black Americans seem to live longer when they use Black doctors. Kind of makes sense, right? When they use Black doctors, Black people live longer. And their survival is much higher in hospitals when they deal with Black doctors. And I'm sorry to say this, but there are a lot of cases, like here's a case where this white nurse not too long ago was breaking the bones of Black babies. She just got released from jail and she's back in the streets. She was breaking the bones of Black infants. This disgusting fucking piece of shit, maggot, bitch, cunt. Yeah, I said it. I wanted to add all those words.
Man, because we tired of you fucking doubles, man. Let's go back.
And I'm sorry to say this, but there are a lot of cases, like here's a case.
Let me explain something. You got bad in every nation. All right, but listen, man, them two-third niggas, we don't like them. All right, we love our people, but we don't like two-third Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We don't like them. All right, we don't like them, but we love our people. All right, as you see, is what it is. Now, when it comes to Esau, Edom, we just don't like y'all at all, man. You know, maybe your woman might give some good head, you know, but man, fuck all that.
Where this white nurse not too long ago was breaking the bones of Black babies. She just got released from jail and she's back in the streets. She was breaking the bones of Black infants. This disgusting fucking piece of shit, maggot, bitch, cunt. Yeah, I said it. I wanted to add all those words in. You are breaking the bones of Black infants. There's a high rate of infant mortality amongst Black Americans because of the history of the way white doctors have treated Black patients. That's why a lot of old Black people be like, oh, I ain't going to no goddamn hospital. Shit, no, Lord. Richard Pryor had his famous joke where he said, shit, I don't want to be in a hospital, goddamn it. I want to be in the street where someone can find my ass. He said that because the history of Black people being treated like shit in the medical field is real, and it still happens.
And you will never catch me in the fucking hospital
now, where they think
only time I'm in the hospital is if I'm with a chick. if I'm with a chick, because I need a bitch papers.
Black women can't feel pain. The pain threshold is higher, and so doctors won't listen to the cries of Black women, especially when they say, "Oh, I need pain medication." They're like, "Oh, you're fine. Calm down. You're Black. You can handle it." You know, shit like that. Or you have someone like Dr. Mims, that famous Mims, who they took down his statue. He was a horrible
gynecologist. They have called him the father of gynecology, and he did a lot of horrible, atrocious surgeries on black women slaves with no anesthesia. Horrible shit. And they had a statue of the piece of shit, and they took him off. And also in Grey's Anatomy, not the TV show, but the actual book, they would actually use black slaves to cut up the bodies to, figure out what the muscles, how the muscles function, the bones. They would use black slaves, and then in the book, they would paint all the bodies white.
That's fucking crazy. Never known this.
It's all facts. So here, check it out. Here's a book called Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. You have to read it. You have to read it. It's fucking dope, and it talks about the history, dark history of medical experimentation on black Americans from colonial times to the present. So you know why they treat you like shit. You know why you come in a hospital and the nurse has an attitude with you or the doctor. So that's why when people say, don't forget history, no. You gotta know the history so you know not to go to a fucking hospital with racist-ass doctors. I'm not saying that every white doctor is horrible. That is not the truth. But if you do get a doctor that is not your race, you question them and you make sure that you check that they're acting right. That's why history is important. Do you understand? Also, Henrietta Lacks. Do you know about Henrietta Lacks? Back in the 50s when she died, they took her cancer cells, unbeknownst to her. And that is the reason why all this cancer research comes from her cells, which they took from her without her permission, her family's permission. Hey, if you can choose a black doctor and you're a black person, do that. And I don't want to hear any.
Today, finally, we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI. We think you will love using GPT-5 much more than any previous AI. It is useful, it is smart, it is fast, and it's intuitive. But with GPT-5, now it's like talking to an expert, a legitimate PhD-level expert in anything, any area you need, on demand, that can help you with whatever your goals are. It can write an entire computer program from scratch to help you with whatever you'd like. And we think this idea of software on demand is going to be one of the defining characteristics of the GPT-5 era. It can help you plan a party, send invitations, order supplies. It can help you understand your healthcare and make decisions on your journey. It can provide you information to learn about any topic you'd like, and much more.
Take a look at this video of Border Patrol agents in Los Angeles, fully decked out in military garb, loading into a rental truck. They were headed to a Home Depot where they jumped out of the back of the box truck and arrested 16 day workers.
They still doing this to our people.
Waiting to be picked up for jobs. It's all part of what CBP is calling Operation Trojan Horse.
It's exactly as it sounds. There were these ICE officers who went into a Home Depot parking lot in Los Angeles and jumped out of the back of a Penske truck. Penske, by the way, has put out a statement saying that they did not want any part of this, that they didn't want ICE to be using their truck or their brand to do it. They jumped out. They arrested 16 people in this parking lot. The ICE has not told us anything about their criminal background, but the Border Patrol sector chief in that area said that this is an area that has had MS-13 activity. But Mayor Karen Bass of LA pushed back and said that she doesn't think that MS-13 members would be simply sitting in a Home Depot parking lot waiting for a job as a day laborer, and that they're really targeting the wrong people. And not only is that her opinion, that really came from a judge, and the city attorney of Los Angeles is now looking into whether or not ICE is violating that court order that said that they could not arrest people based on things like race or their location. In other words, you can't just go into an area you think undocumented immigrants might be and start arresting people willy-nilly. In the past, ICE has found target list people who they believe they know who they are, where they are, and that they've committed some kind of immigration violation in the United States. This is in violation of that order, and we'll see if this actually ends up becoming part of a legal challenge.
Take a look at this video of
We have seen some of that, and you're right about that. And you're also right that we went into Gaza while we've been here this week. And we were in the southern town of Rafah, near the Sinai Desert in Egypt. And that town has been flattened. And you have been accused of genocide. How do you respond to that?
Well,
as Ambassador Huckabee said, if we're practicing genocide, we're surely doing a very bad job of it, because we could have, basically eliminated the entire population of Gaza, but we went the other direction. We did something that no army in history ever did. We're supplying humanitarian food to the enemy's population because we distinguish between combatants and non-combatants. We put in 2 million tons of food. I mean, if we wanted to commit genocide, we wouldn't give 2 million tons of food to the population. And also, the reason you see the flattened buildings is because Hamas booby traps every single building. So when we come in, we first have the population moved, even though Hamas tries to keep them in the combat zones. But after they move, and we start to move into the neighborhoods that are now populated only by terrorists, they ignite these booby traps. So what we do is we put in an APC, an armored personnel carrier, with a lot of explosives, detonate it. It sets off all the booby traps, and the buildings begin to collapse as a result of that. They're empty buildings. They're not populated buildings. Secondly, they've built this underground terror tunnel network with billions of dollars that they had. They didn't build Gaza up. They built a Gaza terror city underground. So we now detonate the tunnels. The tunnels explode, and they take down the buildings that are above the tunnels. And the reason you see this devastation is not because Israel is wiping out these structures filled with civilians. It's because they've been booby-trapped by Hamas, and that's the kind of warfare that we have to...
I'm hearing you say you have seen some...
Nigga, these motherfuckers... He said that this is like a reverse genocide. No, it's not. Tomorrow, if this was genocide, then it's looking then we're doing a very bad job of it. I'm sorry, what? You're starving people, and then when they're when they poke their head over a hill to try to see if they're safe to go get some food, you snipe them in the fucking head, and people say bingo. Okay.
OpenAI announcing its long-awaited Chat GPT 5 model, the company's so-called best AI system yet, will be launching tomorrow. The tech giant promising this version will be, quote, smarter, faster, and more useful. OpenAI says GPT 5 will be capable of creating software on demand while reducing what the company describes as hallucinations. OpenAI announcing its long-awaited Chat GPT 5 model, the company's so-called best AI system.
Until next time, shalom, y'all.